Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the Fish Room. My name is Travis. Today we're going to be doing a 9-month update on the Nitro Hyper Reef Gen 2s. Now I usually like to do my final update around the year mark, or at least a year and a half, but because this system is being tore down with the move and the new fish building and all the kind of stuff that we got coming up here soon on the channel, I won't have these lights up and running over this frag system because they won't exist at the 12-month mark. So I figured I'm going to go ahead and give you a 9-month, tell you what I think about these lights, if I've had any issues, and if you should probably use them on your main display or just keep them as frag tank lights. So with that being said, these lights were sent to me from Nicrew. I did not pay for these lights, but you guys know that I've had stuff sent to me before that was free and I didn't give a good review. So that's probably why I don't get really much stuff sent to me free anymore, because, well, you really make a lot of friends when they send you free stuff and then you kind of don't give them the review they thought they paid for. But either way, these lights were given to me for free, and I've used them for, again, 9 months. So with that, they were replacing the Gen 1s. Now, as I mentioned before in a previous video, I had one issue with the Gen 1s, and that was that the power supply died. But Nicrew sent me a new power supply within, what, 48 hours? They actually just sent me two to replace both of them with the two previous lights that I had on here, and it fixed the problem. There was no issues, and I ended up getting rid of those lights and replacing them here when the Gen 2s came in. So let me go and remove my shade for the sake of seeing the underneath. Now, these shades are on my website. There's a few different versions there, as well as the light mounts. Actually, by the way, the light mounts for the Nicrew is like one of my #1 top selling things besides the CO2 scrubber stuff. This is just, they're definitely selling a lot of Nicrews because I'm selling a ton of light mounts for them, so and shades with that. So when it comes to this light, this is the 200 on the right, and this is the 150 on the left. And you can see that, well, hopefully you can see, there's no dead diodes. I can see, I don't know if you see in the camera, but there's nothing dead with there. One thing that I did mention about these lights that I didn't like was the fact that they really look like the Radions. But with being a person, like I mentioned before, that has his ideas ripped off 24/7 and people making entire businesses off of my ideas, that kind of stuff pisses me off. Like, just, you could have made it look a little different. You could have did something a little bit different, other than them ripping the kind of the overall look of the light off from Radion, the Radion version. Other than that, I don't really have any issues with these lights. They work good. With them being hardwired to the controller, they're running at about 50 to 75%. They ramp down, ramp up, no issues, no flickering. I wish they did shimmer like my Kessel, but that's never going to happen. So other than that, I don't have any issues with these lights. They don't burn out coral. I'm getting good par even throughout the tank. And again, this is a 4-foot by 2-foot by 10 inches for low boy frag tank. And RIP to these frag tanks. I'm never going to use low boy again. Don't ask me if you should buy them, because you shouldn't, because I've broken so many of these tanks, and I'm happy to move to tubs and not have to deal with these. Like, I got a slow leak on the back of this one that has just been leaking for about 2 years, and it is what it is. So anyways, I'm gonna get off that soapbox. I don't have any issues with these lights. Should you use them on a frag tank? Absolutely. I had no problem with it. With the Gen 1s, definitely not with the Gen 2s. And would I use them over a main display? Now, if I wasn't a Kessel weirdo, I would definitely use the Nicrews over a larger display tank. Would I necessarily put them on the 300? I guess I would have to put these on the tank to kind of see what par numbers I'm getting, because I like my par numbers to be pretty high, about 250 on the bottom glass. So I don't know if they would be capable of that, and I'm not going to test that. So maybe somebody else has, but either way, if they were capable of hitting par levels like that at the bottom of a 31-inch tall tank, I would definitely consider trying it. Now, I didn't try it here. I didn't test any of that stuff, so maybe, hopefully somebody else did, to answer that question if you were wondering. But outside of that, frag tank wise, absolutely no issues with that. And again, they work. There's no problems, and that's one of the things that I really like about this. Yes, they're a knockoff light, but they're a cheaper light. Well, not the cheapest. I know Aquamars used to be super cheap. They're not that cheap, but they're definitely a lower end price-wise lighting compared to some of the other name brands. But the key features are that there's no issues. Like, the controller's solid. Yes, you have this cord here, but who cares, right? It's solid. It's not blinking, it's not flickering, I'm not overheating, it's not dying. The power supply is working well this time, and it's easy to program, and it keeps the program. So I'm happy with it. So yes, you should buy these if you're on a budget and you want to use them, or you can use them on a frag tank or a main display, definitely so. But outside of that, I don't really have much more to say about it. I'm kind of sad to see them go. I am going to keep them because I haven't decided I'm going with all AP 500Xs for the new build, except for the 300 is going to keep the current Kessels on it, ditching the T5s. I haven't decided if I'm going to use A360Xs or put these over my Coral quarantine system. I'm going to have 2 of them, and I might consider using these instead just because I already have them, and why spend the money if you don't need to? It just doesn't make any sense, right? So you probably will see these lights here in the future. So with that being said, if you guys want to support the channel, you want to buy any of this coral so I can get rid of it, because I don't want to take it with me, and there's plenty more in here, even though I've been cutting this tank for like 3 months. It just keeps growing. So, and the dog says hi while he's sleeping. Outside of that, I appreciate you guys watching the video, and yeah, subscribe, thumbs up, comment. See you later. Peace.